I had an interesting conversation again with Armando Cruz, and he explained the concept of rich. It's an acronym, but it's a good acronym to live by. I'll let Armando explain.
The concept of rich is something that people have always thrown around. Oh, this is rich, meaning like it's either you have a lot of money or it's just like rich, like powerful, like a dark chocolate. But what I wanted to do is kind of reframe that and use it as an acronym. So RICH stands for respected, inspired, connected, and happy. And why that's important is because that now becomes a value system to help guide you to knowing whether you're showing up as the best version of yourself, right? It allows you, so if you're in a situation, now you can ask yourself, am I showing up as respected? And we define respected, but more importantly, we have you define respected as to how you feel that is. Because that way you can own it and really be associated with what does respected mean. The next one is inspired, right? So inspired is, am I showing up from a place of inspiration? People always talk about, oh, I lack motivation. But if you think about what motivation is very often it's an external force that you're trying to apply to have you do something you don't really want to do, right? But if there's something that you really want to, very often you don't need to be coaxed into it. In fact, you're inspired. To be filled with the Spirit is the literal translation of inspiration, right? So it's coming from within, from the inside out. And so, am I showing up? Am I approaching this from a place of inspiration? And then connected, right? So connected is, am I really being authentic and genuine to connect with this person, with this experience, or am I pushing it away? And so these three things lead up to happiness. If I am aligned with the first three, the last one becomes a byproduct of it. Because if I'm showing up as that best version of myself, I'm more in alignment with who I am, I'm more authentic, and as a result, I feel more fulfilled, and I can show up to this world as a better version of myself each and every day.
Are you respected, inspired, connected, and happy? If you are, you have a chance to fill your family's buckets and make them respected, inspired, connected, and happy. But again, it all goes back to leadership. To provide for yourself, provide for your family. You have to show up as the best version of you to provide the best you can. If you're not rich, and I'm not just talking about money, if you're not rich, how can you make your kids rich? I want to introduce to you now Professor Mike Ferry, a great dad who I had a conversation with last year. He's going to talk more about this thing called happiness.
The thing is that success does not always make us happier people. But the research has shown that the happier you are to begin with, then the more successful you're likely to become. And that success could come at school, it could come in our work lives, it could also be in our personal lives. So if we want our kids to achieve happiness in life, and if we also want them to find success in the things that are important to them, then we really should be trying to teach them habits of happiness, because that'll take care of both objectives.
Does success always lead to happiness? Well, the happier you are, probably the more success you're going to have in life. The habits of happiness, again, include taking care of your buckets, your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, being respected, inspired, connected, and happy. See, these things all tie together.